you don't connect deeply, even out of work. You cannot connect to the soul and the challenges of people. You will start believing in life's unfolding. You will just go with the flow.
This is the best time to seek help because when वो बोलते हैं ना कच्चा घड़ा होता है तभी वो बनता है राइट दिस इज द बेस्ट टाइम
I start by deep connections.
द बर्थ ऑफ एनी ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन starts with that one step.
Either we are born as an empath, or we have certain experiences in our life which eventually choose us to turn into an empath. It's very challenging, very intriguing, but as we know, some cases are closer to your heart.
Can you share what inspired this journey?
So I don't have any regrets.
Welcome back to Trust Your Journey 1.0, the space where stories of courage, purpose, and transformation unfolds. Today's guest is a living example of what it means to dare to dream and evolve unapologetically. Joining me is Evelyn Kapoor Suri, a life transformational and mindset coach, hypnotherapist, and meditation trainer who believes that 1 year equals to 365 possibilities. And if it's a leap year, it's 366. From her dynamic 15-year career across diverse verticals like fashion, wellness, hypnotherapy, and healing, Evelyn has seamlessly woven purpose into every role she has played. As a clinical hypnotherapist, RTT Certified Therapist, and life transformation coach, she empowers individuals to break old patterns, release limiting beliefs, and rewrite their life stories with courage and authenticity. Her philosophy is simple yet profound. Be bold, be unstoppable. Embrace your failures with grace, for they are your greatest of all teachers. Evelyn, welcome to Trust Your Journey 1.0. It's an honor to have you with us today.
Hi, good morning. Thank you for having me here. It's a complete pleasure and honor for me to be here and part of your journey.
Evelyn, let's start with the first question because every transformation has a birth, right? Your life has been a tapestry of transitions, I'm sure, from the service sector to healing, hypnotherapy, and transformation then. Can you share what inspired this journey and when you realized your calling was to help others evolve?
Absolutely. So I strongly believe either we are born as an empath or we have certain experiences in our life which eventually choose us to turn into an empath for some of us or most of us. So now I belong to the first category. I am a born empath and I've known this from very long. Even in my childhood, it was very easy for me to naturally lean into the emotions, and it was a natural tendency for me to lean into emotions of people around me in my growing up years, during school, and then later on. I just felt people were very comfortable to come and talk to me. So I've been giving these energies and vibrations from the start, and obviously I didn't know that then. But I did realize a lot of people do ask me, why are people so comfortable in reaching out to you? Even before I was into the healing and therapy line. But as time went by and I started work as a fashion creator and manufacturer, so obviously that involves meeting many people each and every day. And it was not only limited to work. We were working, and then I realized that these clients of mine and the people, whoever I connected with, they were so comfortable in sharing their stories with me, their personal stories, and things went beyond work. Well, I didn't pay much attention. I just felt that it's a natural tendency. And then COVID came up. So that was like a breakthrough for me when the world was living in absolute fear of uncertainty, anxiety. I was living in faith and hope. I think that's what I'm born with, and I haven't had to work towards having that. So I'm fortunate enough. So, though mental health has always been very significant, but I think during COVID, it took that front seat. That high level of uncertainty, anxiety, depression, and limiting beliefs just surfaced, and everybody started talking about it. So now I live in with the thought that it's not always about receiving. For me, life is a complete circle. And I don't complete it till I don't serve, I don't contribute, and I don't give back. And that was the time when I thought this is the best time to circulate my energy, do what I'm actually best at. And that is when I trained myself as a clinical hypnotherapist, a lot of research looking for the best, and did whatever was the best then and still is. And then it was just one step at a time, one small step. I just want to tell everybody out there, don't sit back and think, what is it that I can do as one person? What is the point of making that small change? I never thought like that. I just thought I want to give back in my very own way, the smallest way. The intention should be to give. And then I started one client at a time, saw their transformations, and it kept growing. So if each one of us do that in the best of our capacity, the collective change is so huge that we can't even imagine. So don't sit back and hold yourself that what can I do? How will healing one person help? Whatever you do in your space makes a lot of difference. So after that, there's been no looking back, and there's just one thing, Avinash, that all of us know or should know. Everything starts right here. And that is the place I want to sit down and rewire, recode, refire for everybody who connects with me in my journey. I want to make sure they're happy, they break their limiting beliefs, and we live this one life to the best of our capacity, to the best of our caliber. Please don't waste it. It's a lifetime opportunity.
I'm glad, Evelyn, after hearing this, because the birth of any transformation starts with that one step of believing in yourself. And you, you, we, I, whosoever is listening currently to us, whosoever is watching this podcast, they already have that born empath quality with them as well. It's just that they need to reignite it. If it's
Yeah.
not there, it has to be reignited. Thank you so much, Evelyn. And you talked about the mindset too. So this leads to me another question of mine, which is you often speak about overcoming limiting beliefs. That's what we said, and rewriting one's story, like you did for yours. What's one belief you had to break within yourself to become who you are today? It's very easy to say these things, right? But you have done it in your life. But this is what we want to know, like how to break that barrier, that belief barrier in yourself.
Okay, so it's very interesting that all of us are born with the belief that we are enough. As babies, when we come into this world, we are circled with energy, love. Everybody loves us. And so we know we are capable, we are worthy, we are confident, we are the best, and the world revolves around us, right? So a baby would never feel he or she is not good enough. So now, what happens through our life journey that makes most of us feel this way? Culturescape is a very important place. The people we grow up with, our culture, our society, my friends, my family, everybody around me, my religious settings, wherever I go. So they play a huge role in each and every one of our lives. We don't even realize it while we are growing up. People have opinions, perspectives, judgments about us, even if we don't ask them. They just throw them on our face. And we don't even realize when subconsciously we believe this is our reality. For example, as a child, if I'm not performing well academically, I am told I'm not smart enough, that child is smarter. If I'm not obedient, I am not good enough as a child. If I'm just carefree and want to live my life and I don't want to take pressure, I'm not worthy enough because I need to prove myself, my worth, to be deserving of anything, of love. That's what happens majorly, not everywhere. So, somewhere down the line, as we grow up, we have so many limiting beliefs in us, about us, and we wonder where did these come from? Even though we don't believe them, our subconscious has made place for them. So, we've grown up living with these limiting beliefs. And now, coming to my personal experience about the limiting belief, I'm the youngest of three siblings. And my siblings have been absolutely extraordinary in every area of life. So, as a child, growing up, I think it's very normal. I would want people to tell me that I'm good at what I'm doing. I wanted appreciation. I seeked external validation, which is a term I wouldn't know then. And I think it's every child wants that. There's nothing wrong with it. But as I grew up, I felt that need did not go away or fade away on its own. So I think I'm born extremely curious, like most of us. So I live my life on questioning everybody and myself. So wherever I feel something is wrong, I sit down, I pause, and I question. So that's the point in my teenage years when I question, is this serving me? Is seeking external validation beneficial for me anyways? The answer was no. Then I said, what can I do about this? So with a lot of help online, I checked the best ways and reflection. That was my answer. So once you start reflecting on your journey, you start journaling and you start reflecting, setting milestones, and you start achieving them within a few months, you can just see how good you are. Once you've achieved, you don't need anybody to tell you how good you are. Now, most of us hearing me out may think, oh, this is so simple. It sounds so simple and it's so ineffective. That's what I would say as a child. But it is very simple, but it is not ineffective. It has really worked for me. And that has told me I'm good enough. Now, there's another thing that when we're seeking external validation, we must realize people outside who praise us can be biased. People may want something from us, it's not always from a good place, and that makes us happy. But when it comes internally, it's absolutely unbiased, it's absolutely free, and we have access to it. So focus on your life, journal it, and if some way you're seeing you're not progressing, then you can set a new pathway for yourself, right? So that you start progressing. In a lot of surveys done across the world on a very small and large scale, it has been found that 50 to 80% of people live in this limiting belief that they are not good enough. So, all I want to say is if you start feeling like that, and if you can handle it on your own with simple techniques, well and good. But if you cannot, do not feel ashamed in seeking help. In today's day, seeking help is a matter of pride because acknowledging that you need healing takes a lot of strength and not weakness, whoever feels it's weakness.
And that is so true, Evelyn, and how beautifully you described it that the personal breakthrough which you went through, it was something which was always about overcoming your limiting beliefs.
Yes.
And the message to the audience is that please, in case if you're not be able to take that help within yourself, then please take help from people like Evelyn. They're there. We'll share the contact details at a later stage of the podcast, at the end of the podcast. Stay tuned with us. But Evelyn, I can understand where this philosophy is coming from because you were a born empath, I would say. And the people who have got these qualities, the first quality is they will start giving since their childhood. So you were a giver. And
Yes.
because of this philosophy, your philosophy of dare to dream, which is be bold and be unstoppable, is powerful. What does this truly mean to you? And how can someone who is stuck in self doubts begin to embody this mindset right from today itself?
Okay. So, a life philosophy, Avinash, I believe strongly comes from either you're very clear and purposeful in your growing years. Some children know exactly what they want. So, either if that's the case for you, then you know what you want and your philosophy comes up automatically. The second thing is you have a very strong role model. You look up to somebody, and then their philosophy is something you embody subconsciously or consciously. Now, in my case, my role model has been my father. So my philosophy has subconsciously come up. He dared to dream. This is what I've learned growing up. This is what I've watched. He was bold enough to create that path for himself, to walk on that path. And he was unstoppable. Nobody could divert him off his dreams. So, as I said, when it sat in my subconscious, even I'm unaware. On the contrary, I have always lived a purposeful life with clarity. For me, clarity and purpose are food to my soul. So when I don't have that, my life feels chaotic. So I always center myself to bring myself back to clarity and purpose. Now, what exactly does this mean? When we say dare to dream, what is a life without dreams? For me, it's absolutely boring. What is it for you?
That is so true.
So I can't live like a robot. I can't live like a machine that I just wake up without a dream, without just living a life. So I question myself, what is my purpose? What gives me happiness? What gives me peace? And that is to dream. I envisioned and lived my dream each day of my life, even today. And I'm very bold to create that pathway for myself to walk the path of my dreams. And when I fail, failures are a part of life, of course. I see where I went wrong, I correct myself, I do the learning, I work on myself, and I bounce back. Yes, the choice is I just sit down and just act as a failure. But then I feel, what is life without failures? If I'm always perfect, when do I grow? When do I become a better version of myself?
True.
The third part is dare to dream, be bold, and be unstoppable. Now, on this path, of course, there are a lot of hurdles, right? External and internal forces which may divert you from your dreams. When I talk about external forces, people's perspectives, people's opinions, judgments telling you you can't do this. I mean, you don't ask them, people just tell you, right? So you can't do this. And then if that diverts you and makes you feel, gives you the limiting belief, then you're off your path. The internal belief, can I do it? Am I not good enough? If these are the internal forces which can take you off your path. So be unstoppable. Do not allow any internal or external force to stop you from walking on your path. And that is what I've lived. That is what I've learned. I've failed many times, and I'm very proud of my failures because they make me what I am today. And now, when we talk about limiting beliefs, if somebody is living their life in limiting, sorry, I missed the second part of your question. If you could repeat that.
What mindset people can have to actually, people who are actually stuck in that self doubts currently?
Self-doubt. Okay,
Yes.
so once again, if you're in self-doubt, either you are strong enough to heal yourself, which is a very strong, which is a slow process. Most people do not prefer that. They try it, and it takes very long.
Yeah.
The second thing is you seek help. Once again, as an RTT professional, that is rapid transformational therapy, what I say is if you take one session, it creates long lasting or permanent changes in you. And the changes are so, I mean, they don't take ages. As it says, it's rapid. You feel the changes, they are deep rooted, they are permanent. And all I can say is just try to believe it. And it doesn't take multiple sessions. Like, you're not going to be meeting me throughout the year. That's not the purpose. I meet my client once if it's not a very deep rooted issue. If it is deep rooted, I think thrice, one session a month only. If there are layers of issues, it takes three sessions. But I don't think I've ever done more than three sessions. So I don't understand the concept of holding my client on for years and years. I want to set them free.
And that makes more sense because life is not about only getting stuck somewhere, it's about exploring. And
Yes.
I'm sure the audience who is listening right now to us, to Evelyn, whatever she said, that if you want to come out of your limiting beliefs, just have that clarity and that purpose, you will find your path. And if you're not able to do that, just one session can transform your entire life. We'll share the details at the end of the podcast. Evelyn, this leads to me another question of mine, which is emotional and spiritual balance, how you actually work at the intersection of hypnotherapy, healing, and spirituality, I would say. How do you help your clients balance mental awareness, emotional healing, and spiritual growth without feeling overwhelmed? Because this, this, the things which we are talking, it sounds interesting, but when we do this, it's boring as well. But it's when we do this, it requires hard work. It requires our efforts. So, what exactly, like, how do you help your clients balance all these things? Because emotional healing, spiritual growth, and still feeling that overwhelmness of these tasks as well, managing their lives as well. How do you manage everything?
So, we must know that healing is a self initiated journey. Unless the client comes up to me and is willing, I do not work with anybody like family members, friends, force people to go in for healing. It does not work. That is my perspective. So it should come from within. When a client reaches out to me, today we are in a very fortunate era. Talking about mental health is a matter of pride, not shame. It is strength, not weakness. Acknowledging that I have a problem and I need help is something to take pride in. Because at a time, if we were a couple of years down the line, it was just very shameful to go to a therapist. And I'm sorry to say that a lot of people would feel you have some issue, something wrong with you psychologically. But now we are so fortunate because there's so much help we can get. So once the client comes to me, the first step is I connect with them on a discovery call. And then that's a free discovery call. We discuss their challenges, discuss their issues. Now you've come to me, so I start by deep connections. In work, out of work, every person I meet, I feel deep, meaningful connections is the core of my work and of my life. Until I don't connect deeply, for example, with you, superficial level of connections cannot help me make the change. That is for sure. Especially if you come from a place of giving, serving, and me having a very strong EQ. And as I said, being an empath, so for me, connections are very, very important. If I'm sitting in a room, I can feel the emotions of everybody sitting right here. This is what I've trained myself to be by centering my energies. So now, after that, I connect and I peel down layers of their challenge. If somebody comes with me, I have anxiety, that is very superficial, right? And I don't start working with that. So peel the layers, get to the root cause. Once I am my client's accountability partner, they're automatically relaxed. One question. Now, what is it, the simple thing that all of us are seeking today? The simplest of things which is not available to us. What is it as per you, if I may ask?
I would say our own time.
So, okay, that is also there. If we don't have our own time, we always want somebody to hear us out.
Yeah.
Somebody to make that connection with us. It is such a chaotic lifestyle and era. Nobody wants to hear anybody out. The simple skill of hearing people out is so simple but so impactful, and we don't even pay our attention or even put our energies how powerful simple techniques can be. So that is what I do. I create those deep connections. I listen to them. I peel to the layers, and I am their accountability partner. So when they leave my door, they're automatically, the overwhelm is left behind. There's nothing to be overwhelmed about because now I'm taking care of them. I sit down with them. As per their challenge, I make a pathway. I discuss it with them. I simplify it for them, a lot of clarity and simple steps, which I have to initiate. So I don't put it on them to burden them. Everybody is busy, as we know. And when they agree, we come to a consented, guided pathway, one step at a time. Don't throw everything at them. This is what we're going to do. This is the first priority. This is where we need to start as per your challenge. You agree, we go ahead. And this is not like an everyday thing. So I do have that energy and strength for people to leave their overwhelm behind at my door.
I'm sure, Evelyn, and your energy is speaking by itself, and I'm sure if audience is getting connected to Evelyn's energy, just mention Evelyn in the comment, and Evelyn personally will reach out to you. Yeah,
Perfect. And
or
if you're overwhelmed, I'm the best person.
yeah, because the calm and compose you're looking, right, it takes years of experience, years of practice, years of emotional strength, I would say, which you have developed in yourself. And audience, if somebody is listening to us right now and they're going through that transition phase of their life, this is the best time to seek help, because when वो बोलते हैं ना कच्चा घड़ा होता है तभी वो बनता है, राइट? दिस इज द बेस्ट टाइम, and you can mold your life into a transformational journey of yours. Evelyn, I'm sure the world which you live in currently, it's full of manifestations and vibrations and energies. You often talk about energy, vibrations, and manifestations. You must be talking about that in your sessions too. Can you share how aligning one's vibrations, their unique vibrations, can create real change in their career, relationships, and personal peace as well?
Firstly, I want to talk about the word change. It is so fascinating to me that most of us spend most of our years trying to change everything around us. Whereas the only place we can create change is here, within ourselves, in our mindset, and in our thought process. We don't have the control and power to change anything else. The sooner we understand this and stop scattering our energy, I want to change this person, I want to change everything around me except myself. I'm scattering my energy literally. And I fail because I can't control anybody, anything around me, and I'm frustrated. And then I don't know what to do. I'm just irritated. Nobody wants to change. It's simple. If you want to be happy, simplify the process, simplify the steps. Please create the change within yourself. Now, as maybe you resonate with this, everything is energy. You are energy. I am energy. Everything around us is energy. So now, when we talk about centering our energy, it means you remove all that scattered energy and the focus you've been putting on everything else except you. Align, center, bring it here within yourself. This is the place I want to create the change. When you start doing that, the universe shifts in your favor. Everything moves as per your energy towards your progress. Now, if we talk about our workspace, if we have centered and aligned energy, we are going to start vibrating opportunities at our level. We are start going to be performing in our work. We are going to have confidence which comes naturally. Confidence will not be measured by our performance. We are start going to making decisions from a place of purpose and not fear. This is what aligned energy does in your career. Now, if we talk about relationships, when your energies are aligned, you stop looking for external validation from any relationship. You know your self worth once you're aligned. You have strong emotional boundaries because you know your self worth now. Nobody can walk over you, however close they are to you. You will start attracting people who are at the same energy level, who respect your values. They will vibrate into your energy. Now, if you talk about your personal peace and space, you will start believing in life's unfolding. You will just go with the flow. Your emotions, your body, and soul will all be in place. In the worst times of uncertainty, you will still be able to maintain your peace. So, this is what aligned energy does, connecting with yourself It is challenging. It takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of practice. Doesn't come overnight, but it gives you everything that resonates at your vibration. It's pulled to you effortlessly. So that is what I mean when I say aligned energies. Stop wasting, stop scattering your energy everywhere else. Bring the focus to yourself. You're the person who needs to grow. You're the person who needs to make your pathway and make it the best.
And while you were saying all these things about energies, I was actually resonating it with my own energies, how my path also got shaped up with those energies only, the alignment which has to be done, the self destruction first, and then self construction happens. So it's a, I would say, it's all vibrations. We are all vibrational beings only. That's what you said. And I'm sure, audience, if you resonate with the vibrations, because everything, whatever we are seeing, hearing, looking, feeling, it's all sound, the vibrations which is there happening in front of us every time, and the change is constant. We just need to change ourselves, just reflect within. And what an empowering section, I would say, Evelyn. That's incredibly enlightening. Your journey truly reminds us that healing is not about becoming someone new. It's about returning to who we really are. Now let's have some fun with our rapid fire round.
Okay.
So, welcome to section 2, which is our rapid fire round. It will be energetic, light, yet meaningful to reveal Evelyn's authenticity, I would say. So, Evelyn, all set for the rapid fire round?
Yeah.
First question, Evelyn. One word that defines transformation for you.
Infinite scope.
Is it infinite or scope? I would say.
Infinite.
So, infinite. Your potential is infinite, audience. Just mention infinite in the comments too. Evelyn, second question of the rapid fire round. Morning ritual that sets your tone for the day. You live in UAE. I'm sure there are different climate conditions. So, what exactly is your morning
Silence.
ritual?
Sit in silence.
Silence, perfect answer. That's what we need to do whenever we are waking up.
No
Don't
gadgets,
hustle around.
please.
Yeah, no gadgets, please. Just sit in silence. Evelyn, next question. Your favorite affirmation.
I don't do a lot of affirmations, actually, but if you ask for one, I'm enough. It's not, it goes like, I am enough, I have always been enough, and I will always be enough.
And I
So
would say
that is
that dare to dream, be bold, be unstoppable. That's what Evelyn is. Next question, Evelyn. Failures or success? I'm sure this is a silly question, but I want to
combination of
know
both.
what teaches you more.
Failures teach us more, but I want a combination of both because only success makes it boring,
Yeah.
and I want to grow.
And that is so true. And when people have gone through failures, they know the value of success as well. And success is nothing, it's the routine which you're following, what you want to do in your life. That is success.
Consistency. Yeah.
So, Evelyn, next question. What, I'm sure you must have read many books out there, but one book that changed your life.
One book that changed my life. I've read the Secret series back to back, the entire series. So I like that. I like the series. And I'm
All
sure I've read
right.
it again because it made a difference to my mindset.
The Secret series, that's what you said.
Yeah. The Secret, it has a series, Secret Power, and it has a series of books.
Wow, wow, wow. A life coach or thought leader you admire in your life.
Um, Obviously my mentor, Marissa Peer, and Tony Robbins, of course. Many,
And
many
I,
actually. These are the two ones Tony Robbins as a life coach and transformational coach, and Marissa Peer, who specializes in RTT, who created RTT in breaking limiting beliefs, creating that rapid change. She's my mentor. I've trained through her.
The biggest myth about hypnotherapy. I'm sure there are so many judgments out
And
there.
many myths. You don't go anywhere. The client does not go anywhere. They're always in control. They feel that the therapist controlled. If I would control, I would just ask my client for anything, wouldn't I? But that is not true. The client is in absolute control. They know what they're doing, they know what they're saying. And it's not like the stage hypnosis, nothing to do with the pendulum. That is just something that doesn't happen.
And so rightly said, because the world is full of perceptions, but the real healing is a way of connecting. Uh, Real healing begins when you connect with the other persons out there and with yourself too. Next question, Evelyn, of this rapid fire round. One habit that changed your mindset completely. I'm sure you're following multiple habits out there, but one
Yes,
habit.
habit. One habit is that I always had this chaotic morning. I would wake up and I have to do this, I have to do, multiple things like most of us. So everything is at rest. My mind is at rest. 20 minutes I'm in self reflection. And that really creates the pace for the day. It's not wasting time. You're setting the pace for your day. You're calming your energies. You're centering yourself to function better. So this has really worked for me.
So it's all about creating that strong foundation at the start of your day. And that's what Evelyn is doing. Evelyn,
Yes.
next question. A song that always uplifts your energy.
I will survive. Don't ask me the singer. I'm not good with this. I will survive. That is
All
something
right.
that always resonates with me.
And we'll all be surviving. Don't worry. It's all
I'm
about.
not worried.
Next question, Evelyn. What does being unstoppable mean to you in one word?
In one word, passion, passionate.
So, if you're passionate about something, audience, you will find your purpose too, and you will find that path too, which will lead you towards your peace element. Next question, Evelyn, of this rapid fire round. Your favorite way to unwind after a long, hectic day?
It's a very simple way. I would just grab a cup of coffee and sit in my balcony. That's it. Very simple. Be
The,
with
sim-
myself, without any people for sure.
the simplest of the things only heals us, I would say, but we
Yeah.
forget. So, healing is not about rediscovering yourself, it's about decluttering everything which doesn't serve us. So, Evelyn, I'm sure you live by many quotes, but one quote which you live by every day, apart
It's
from
my own
dare to dream being
philosophy.
unstoppable, sorry, apart
A
from dare to
one
dream and being
that I
unstoppable.
live with,
Yeah,
connect deeply, as it's again one of connect deeply, serve limitlessly, unleash powerfully, transform phenomenally.
wow.
That's what I live with every day, and that's what I apply in my personal life, professional life, whoever I connect with.
And that's so transformational for me as well to hear this after knowing you better. Evelyn, next question to you. One life lesson you want every listener to remember in their life.
One of my life lessons, or
Yes.
I think what you see today, I mean, I don't know what everybody perceives, but this unshakable mental strength and resilience that I have is from multiple downfalls, multiple failures, and this is what makes me this unshakable person. So if this was something different, it wouldn't be me. So that is what I would want to tell everybody.
I'm sure be unstoppable with your life, whatever you're doing. It's all about managing your good intentions. Your intentions matters, whatever you're doing in your life. But last question of this rapid fire round, Evelyn, what because the podcast is themed as trust your journey. What does trust your journey mean to you personally?
Trust in the unfolding of life. If you're vibrating right, you're doing everything right, and you're still failing, don't lose faith. Everything will happen. Just give it your best shot. So work from a space of faith, not fear. Work from a space of purpose and light. Everything falls in place.
And that so resonated with me too, Evelyn, and that was amazing. You truly radiate positivity in every word, power with every answer which you have given. Now, let's explore the heart of your journey, the challenges, the growth, and the evolution behind your mission as Evelyn Suri. Evelyn, we are diving deep now in the section 3 of the podcast into the journey of Evelyn Suri, the challenges, the growth, and her learnings. Evelyn, behind every strong woman I have interviewed in this podcast is a story that tested her strength. What were the toughest moments in your life that shaped your resilience and belief in self transformation?
Okay, so I must say I've been very fortunate in my growing up years to be born in a family with love, compassion, and privileges. So everything has been absolutely wonderful. Because when we look around and we see children and we see families, things are never always perfect or good what children must get. So I've had a dreamlike, beautiful life surrounded with love. And till I grew up, when I was 16, I think everything shook up for me. Circumstances, I must say, not the love part, but circumstances, life, situations changed everything. And 16 is an age where major decisions need to be taken about further education, your career, multiple decisions. So at that point, I had very, very limited resources to make those decisions to create the pathway of my life. So this was a major challenge for me, but to make the most within those limited resources, it took me a good 10 to 12 years post that with that challenge, facing that, coming through it. So that has been a turning point in my life. There were multiple failures and multiple limitations, and moving ahead, falling, learning, growing in whatever capacity. So when I see my life, I can't imagine it without those 12 years. Because if everything would have been just the way it was since childhood, if it would have been perfect, dreamlike, then where's the transformation? Where is the strength? I would have turned up as a weak person, mentally weak. But that has shaped my mental strength to a level that I always refer to myself as unshakable mental power and resilience. So those that journey, the downfall, multiple downfalls, not one, has really shaped everything for me. The person sitting in front of you is a result of many failures, and I'm so proud of it. That is what shapes us.
And
So that's what I say. Yeah.
I'm sure, Evelyn, yeah, you were saying something?
No, no, that's about it.
Evelyn, the failures which you mentioned and the person which it has made you today, this is the transformation which everybody is seeking out there who is listening as well. Because everybody wants to transform, upgrade their versions in their life because we just have got one life with us. Karma revolves in circles, but you're just here to embrace this life. So, Evelyn, this leads to me another question of mine, which is you often say, just mention, embrace your failures with grace, they make you grow. Can you share a personal failure that turned out to be your greatest teacher?
Yes. So as I said just a few minutes back, failure is what makes me, my strength, my resilience, and the person I am. Now, what is the opposite of failure? Perfection. Now, I would never aim to be perfect. Why? Perfection is a race which has no finishing line. If I say today, Avinash, this is perfection for me, the minute I reach here, the line is going to extend. I'm going to keep running through my life in a loop, seeking, chasing perfection. Another thing, a perfect person is very lonely, usually. Why would that be? Because everybody around us is not perfect. We have very few perfectionists. And those people with imperfections, they cannot connect with a perfect person. So usually the perfectionist is always lonely. So that is another thing that I am not seeking. So always I would want my journey to have failures. I would want to learn. I would want to grow to the best of my potential each day. It's a journey. It doesn't end here. There's so much scope of growth. And of course, success is good, but that continued high of success will not serve us as much till we don't have the dips and downfalls. Now, in my personal journey, I must say my brutal honesty has made me a complete failure in personal connections. And I'm not ashamed to say that because in this world, which is filled with diplomacy, people pleasing, that is how we lead our lives. For me, my ethics, values, discipline, what I've learned, my authenticity, and my true essence is my honesty. So, the lesson I've learned is that never compromise on your values to fit into the social norms. Even if you fail as a person, but fitting in should not trade off your authenticity and essence. So give it your best shot, do what you want, do what is right, what you feel is right for you, and do not do it the other way. Don't trade it off to be able to be accepted. Your people, your tribe, your circle, your energies will always be with you no matter what. So don't make that compromise on your values and authenticity. Live an authentic life in your true essence.
And I'm sure, Evelyn, your failures have made you the person you are today. And sitting in front of us, audience is listening to you. Like it's it's an honor to record this podcast as well, to record this journey of yours too, for me as well. Your This leads to me another question of mine, Evelyn, because your journey is connected, like connect deeply. You always mention connect deeply, serve limitlessly, unleash powerfully, and transform phenomenally. Sounds extraordinary to everyone. But how did this become your compass in life and coaching?
So, as I said, EQ being my strength, and as I was growing up, even in school, when I was very little, connecting with my friends, leaning into what they need, leaning into what made them happy, gave me some sort of peace. And I've always done that in the best of my capability to share whatever privileges I had. To see a smile on somebody's face makes a difference in my life. Can be a selfish motive, but it does make a great difference in my life. So even during work, and it continued throughout. But now being a clinical hypnotherapist, the core is always connection, isn't it? Till you don't connect deeply, even out of work,
So true.
you cannot connect to the soul and the challenges of people. So, this goes for any relationship in work, out of work, create a bond, connect deeply. Now, all of these four come from a place of giving and serving. If you say connect deeply, serve limitlessly, unleash powerfully, transform phenomenally, it comes from a place of serving. So, that has always been the intention. When you serve, you cannot put boundaries, mental boundaries that I'm going to serve only till this level. You serve to the best of your capability if you are in a giving space. Don't go overboard, but the best what you can do. Then till you do not unleash, when I connect with a client, the question comes to me, what is my purpose in life? When I get the answer with crystal clear clarity, my purpose is to make transformations, breakthrough transformations, have that smile on every person's face, make them realize what their true potential is. Then automatically I need to unleash their journey very powerfully. As I said, they come with a superficial challenge for As per them, that is the root issue for them. So I have to unleash, peel layers, multiple layers. This may sound easy, but I have to be a detective with all my senses working with great strength. Then we come to the root cause, and that is when and where and only when a transformation can take place. So the core is when the core point of connecting deeply happens, everything goes with the flow, and you come from a space of deep sense of giving, deep giving. So everything works. That is how this becomes a philosophy in my life with people I connect. Other than work, when I connect with people, obviously it's just as much as they want, I would help them.
I'm sure, Evelyn, your work is inspiring many who are seeking that help out there because mental health has always been a taboo. But you're breaking those barriers. And this podcast, if anybody is listening out there who is facing those issues, they are having those challenges in their journeys, it's fine. Just seek help if you're not be able to overcome that. And we'll share Evelyn's contact details as well. But Evelyn, this leads to me another question of mine because you have touched so many lives through your sessions and community. I'm sure you are running that in your workspace. Can you share a transformation story from your clients that deeply moved you internally?
So I've had, as a clinical hypnotherapist, over 500 hours of experience, a lot of diverse cases, very challenging, very intriguing, but as we know, some cases are closer to your heart. So there was this one client who came to me. It's going to be a very generic overview. And they approached me and their concern was that they were born in a particular gender, and over the years of life, they were not able to associate themselves with the gender they were born in. What the client wanted, they wanted to be able to associate with their gender and to live a normal and happy life. What they defined as normal was to be able to associate how they were born. So, connected with them, it was very challenging, very intriguing for me, and obviously, challenges. I love taking challenges. Did one session of hypnotherapy, that is rapid transformational therapy, followed up for a month. I saw 60 to 70% of difference. And I didn't leave it there, though the client was okay. They felt better. I offered to do another session, and now when I connect with that client, they feel 80 to 85% better, which is a huge transformation for something as intriguing and challenging as the case that came to me. To be able to resonate with your own gender, to be able to live a life normally. The client wanted to get married, they were having difficulties because of this. So, breaking through that, this is something very close to me, and I'm very proud to be able to make that transformation.
I'm sure, Evelyn, the client's details and everything, audience remains confidential in every work sphere wherever you're dealing in healing, especially because everything is confidential. Your journey matters the most to people who are giving that work to you. So Evelyn's work is inspiring many out there who is seeking that help. Evelyn, the work which you have done, I'm sure it's gonna amplify and it's gonna reach to the audience who is seeking that help. So Evelyn, a message to all the dreamers who are out there who are stuck in self doubts. I'm sure there are many who are seeking that help because it's all about that clarity from within first, the self inquiry, which you mentioned that it has to be there first, then only healing begins. That whether you want to get healed or not. As simple as that. But this is my finally, Evelyn, this is my last question. Second last, I would say. For everyone who is listening right now, and those who have stopped believing in themselves or feel stuck in their old patterns. They try and do it, but still they fall back into the old patterns. What message would you like to give them as their wake up call?
Firstly, please remember, count your blessings and have gratitude for the life you have. We are absolutely privileged. Do not neglect this. It's a lifetime opportunity to live a life to make the best of it. Now, I may make everything sound very simple, and some people may think that she makes it sound so simple. It is not simple, it is not that complicated. You only need to work from your logic, not from your heart. So, if I have two choices today, a positive and a negative one, is it beneficial for me to live my life by self-sabotaging myself? Is it better for me to give my life a chance? What is the better option? To give my life a chance. What is the benefit of self-doubt and self-sabotage? But if you give it a shot, give it your best shot, and you fail, you are still learning. But if you don't give it a shot, you live in the regret. What if I could have become this? What if I could have done this? I don't live my life in what ifs. I do it, I attempt it to the best of my capacity with my heart, soul, and mind, and the rest, if I fail, I fail. At least I have given it a shot. I'm not living in any regret. So, for each one of us living out there in self doubt, please remember, make the better choice. I understand you may be in a space where you may be emotionally broken, and making a decision may be challenging. But the choice is always ours. The power is always in our hands. So if you're emotionally broken, give it a few days. Sit down, center your energies, do your breath work, align your energies. Come back to the question, what is a better choice? Maybe it's going to take you weeks, months, but till your energy is not centered, don't give up. Ask yourself questions. What is beneficial for you? The answers are going to come from within. If you just sit in a corner and give up, there is no benefit, but trying can be beneficial. So never give up on yourself. It's a journey. Nothing happens overnight. Have faith in yourself. Keep trying. At least you're going to be the best version of yourself, even if you haven't achieved anything. So that is the message I want to give everybody. Show gratitude. It's a privilege. Either you try it or you miss it. It's your choice. I would never want to miss it. Even if I end up as a failure, at least I've given everything a try. So I don't have any regrets.
What a powerful message, Evelyn, because it's all about connecting with the gratitude first, what you have, then only you'll be able to create that foundation. And limiting beliefs would always be there on your path. This is why this podcast is also themed as Trust Your Journey, you're there. And in case if you seek any help, people like Evelyn are there already serving with the born empath nature which they have got. They're serving the society. Just seek help and reach out. Evelyn, I'm sure the Evelyn which I'm looking right now is there's something behind this Evelyn as well, who is on a building of legacy and a vision. She has a vision in her mind. Evelyn, what is the ultimate vision you hold for yourself, for your clients, and the world of healers who are listening to us as well right now? What do you want your legacy to be?
I want to tell everybody that for every person on my journey I connect with, I would say I am a mirror to you. I let you rediscover yourself, reclaim your power. I help you move from a place of pain to purpose and light. If I come in connection with you, it is only to make a difference in your life. And finally, I want to say be kind, be human. This is the rarest quality which exists today. So if you want to be unique in life, just be kind and shower your kindness to each and every person you connect with on your journey. This is truly something that we lack today. So shine your brightest by showering your kindness on people. You never know which soul you touch. You never know how you make a difference without even realizing it. Kindness is very powerful.
And this is a powerful message, I would say, Evelyn, and the legacy which you're trying to build with your efforts, with your journey. I'm sure it's going to inspire many out there seeking that help. And this conversation was like a burst of light for me, full of authenticity, courage, and soul. And your journey reminds us that every challenge holds the seed of transformation, and that believing in the power of the mind can truly reshape someone's destiny. To everyone listening out there, remember Evelyn's words: dare to dream, be bold, and be unstoppable. Life isn't waiting for you to be ready, it's waiting for you to begin always. Follow Evelyn Kapoor Suri on Instagram, LinkedIn, and her wellness community to learn more about her transformational programs. This was Trust Your Journey 1.0. Until next time, keep evolving, keep shining, and most importantly, trust your journey. Evelyn, last words from your side, and how can people reach out to you? How can they can touch base based
It's
on your
very
services?
simple. My
Yeah.
LinkedIn account has my details, Instagram has my details, my contact, my email address. You're going to be sharing them as well. On Instagram, if you reach out to me, it's I'm Evelyn Kapoor. On LinkedIn, you're going to find me as Evelyn Kapoor Suri, and you just have to drop a text. And if you want my number, Avinash, please leave it. I'm always available on WhatsApp in my work hours. So it's fairly simple. I'm based in Dubai, but I do online sessions throughout the world. So anybody is free to reach out to me.
And thank you so much, audience. Thank you so much, Evelyn. It's been an honor to record this podcast with you. And thank you, audience, for watching this so peacefully. And in case if you have that grudge of doing something in your life, follow for more videos like this. Evelyn, thank you so much once
Thank you
again.
so much, Avinash. Thank you.